Hi Gemini, and welcome to your first ever monthly zodiac reading with me. I normally on my channel do pick-a-cards, I do channeled messages, and I do monthly new and full moon ritual for releasing and letting go and manifesting and planting new seeds. But as a side because I actually do in my practice for my business tarot card readings for everyone, and they're not pick-a-cards, I thought, why am I not doing them on YouTube? So here I am starting that. So we're going to be doing this spread for you today. I have tarot to go along with each card. We're going to talk about a number of different topics, but let's get started with this first card. And remember, it can be overall for the month that you may have some of these energies coming in and surrounding you, or situations, or it could be one or two. However it resonates for you, always don't make it fit. You will know whether or not it is your situation, because it's just going to resonate, and it's going to, it's going to feel right from the very beginning. Okay, so challenge you may face in the month of August. We have gratitude. Ooh, okay. And look, Gemini, it's actually you there. And I want to say, if this is a challenge, so what is it that you're having a problem? Maybe you're going to have issues surrounding being grateful or thankful for something or someone. Maybe there's so much going on up in your head right at the moment. You are an air sign that you just aren't even thinking about the grateful or thankful parts of things, because you're just going. So maybe you have to slow down for that. But let's see what tarot we have. Three of Wands. Okay, that helps to clarify a little bit, because I want to say it's a challenge, because I feel that maybe you're so busy waiting for it to happen, for your ships to come in, for something to arrive, that it keeps you in a state of waiting, expecting, wanting, that it keeps you from being maybe grateful or thankful for what it is that you already have. So I don't know in what situation that's going to come up in your life. We have Love as the next card, which is the positive energy to embrace or to bring joy to your life. So it could have something to do with love. We have Libra here, so they're wanting you to bring love in. Look, there's even a little love potion bottle. They're wanting you to embrace it. And again, it can be a person, it can be a situation, it can be a place, whatever and however it resonates for you. But they want you to find that joy and that balance. Seven of Swords. Because maybe in the past, I almost kind of felt a little just, it always feels like somebody's stealing it from you, that you can never quite grasp the love or hold on to it, because it's like someone's always taking it from you but not giving back. So that could be a message for some people, but they want you to forget about this little thief going down. May he fall down there. But to just kind of let that go and just embrace the positive energy of love and the balance in it. Forget who's involved, I want to say, in this particular case, because clearly they're up to no good, okay? So that is maybe a specific message for someone. And it's funny, you'll get to know, if as you watch my readings, you will hear my tone change when I feel like it's, this is a message that they really want you to get through. I seem to get like this little tone to my voice that I'm like, geez, don't be so harsh. Now, moving on to negative or shadow energy, things that maybe you don't like about yourself that you know you need to work on, but you haven't yet. Courage. And again, there's Libra with that balance. And don't forget, Libra's ruled by Venus, which is love too. I just want to say that. But this is something, this is a negative energy or trait, or attribute that you have, something that needs to be worked on. So you don't have a lot of balance in your life. You need to work on getting balance in your life in whatever area that is. I want to say it's somewhere around this constant waiting for the next, and not being present or thankful for what it is that you do have. Finding the balance in love so that you're not the one that's always giving, where somebody's taking from you and not returning. Now they're saying work on, again, here. You see how it ties into these two cards? They want you to work on the balance in your life, to have courage. And you think, well, how's courage a negative or a shadow trait? It's not the courage is, it's not having the courage. They want you to work on that. Not having the courage to maybe stand up for yourself in situations where balance is needed. Okay, Fool. Because if you don't find the balance, if you don't find the courage, okay, because it's fear. That's what you're letting go of here. The negative or the shadow is fear, because you don't have the courage. It's to take that step to, it's the fear of taking the first step. And whatever or however that resonates in your life, it's the fear of taking the first step. You need to get the courage to take the first step. And this is where the balance is all coming in, okay, Gemini? So, and, you know, Libra is also an air sign. So, you know, this is something you can relate to, all right? When we come down to what do you need to make room for? Regeneration. So I was saying here, taking the first step, right? This is looking at everything that's happening up in these cards and going, you know what? I always say Mercury retrograde are the re's: redo, rethink, reanalyze, regeneration, okay? And this is Aries. Aries can do energy. I want to say that Aries, you know, just wanting to be the leader, being impulsive, willing to go out and take the first step, right? They're saying it's time. You need to make these changes. It's time. This is what you need to make room for, is getting or starting this regenerate. It's going to be Project Regeneration, so-and-so, okay? And, oh my God, 8 of Wands with it. They want you to start now, all right? They want you to figure out what it is that you want to do, and they want you to aim, and they want you to go for it, okay? So you need to make room for that, because it's not going to happen on its own. You need to participate, and you need to participate in the regeneration or the revitalization or the revamping or redoing of whatever it is in your life pertaining to all of this situation, or one or two of them. What do you need to avoid? Communication. Now, when I first saw that card, I was thinking, what the heck? Why would you want to avoid communication? I don't know. It's Pisces. It's Ace of Wands. Okay. Okay, it's tying into this. You know how we always talk about if you speak, right? Whatever you speak is going to come in, or you're going to draw it towards you. So, right? So if you're always in that negative space, you're going to draw negativity. If you're in positive, you'll draw positivity. We know how the law of attraction works. I feel it's coming into this. If you are constantly in a state of communicating out to whoever it is, loved ones, family, friends, colleagues, about all the great new ideas or opportunities that you have, you're waiting for this ship to come in, you're waiting for that ship to come in, and you're never in the presence, that's what they want you to avoid. Always talking about this. It's this 3 of Wands here, you know, looking out and just waiting. It's almost like it's never enough, I want to say. So that may resonate for someone as somewhat, that's a little bit harsh, but it's like it's never enough. There always needs to be more, right? There always needs to be something new, which normally is a positive thing, but not if you're stuck in this as a challenge, okay? I hope this is resonating. Sometimes the messages can sometimes feel a little harsh, and other times it's what you need to hear. So sometimes we just need to take it. I'll tell you, I don't know which one, it was Scorpio, or if it was Scorpio or, well, I have Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Taurus that I would watch for myself. And as I'm doing the readings, I'm like, oh, geez, you know, I think it was Scorpio. It's like, that's a little harsh. But you know what? Some of them resonated in some way for me. And same, you know, with all of my signs, right? My big three. So, you know, sometimes it's just what we need to hear, whether we really like it or not, and even if it wounds our ego a little bit. But let's move on to the last card before we do an oracle at the end. What opportunity should you seize or grab a hold of? Clarity. I love this because Gemini, I know sometimes for Gemini, and it is a generalization and it's not all of you. Sometimes there's just, you have such great ideas and so many of them all at once that sometimes you can get a little frazzled or lost up in your head, right? And this is Virgo energy calling on you to, you know, get organized, get things straightened out, get some clarity in your life. And I think that maybe you need to get clear about some situations with love here. I think you need to get clear about being in the present and not always waiting for the next best thing. I think maybe you need to get clear that there's some changes that need to be made and you need to do it now. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're just bringing this card because they want you to get clarity and justice. Oh, I like that justice come out there with that. The thing about justice, one, it's finding balance. We talked about balance, yes, but it's also understanding that actions have consequences. And if you're always fearful, there's a consequence to that. If you're never in the present and always waiting for the next best thing or whatever it is, there's a consequence for that. And they're usually negative. If you're giving too much and someone's taking too much, there's a consequence to that, right? I really hope that that you're resonating with this. I think it's a very positive message if you can get past the, you know what, there's a little bit of work that needs to be done. But there's always work that needs to be done. We're humans, ever evolving. There's always work. Till the day we die, there's work on ourselves. So let's get one last card, okay, Gemini? And I know for you, you love this kind of stuff and you will totally understand this. I'm feeling quite confident. Let's get one last card. Overall confirmation, clarification on what's here on the table, maybe further guidance or advice. So, healing. That's it exactly. This, you know, by looking into this, by dealing, like I said, with a little bit of the harshness of, you know, you've kind of got to get down here in the present. Because there's a little bit of healing that needs to be done. And healing is when you work through your shadows and you start to understand yourself and why these things happen. Healing is when you're letting go of things, because it's not always easy to let go of, whether it's people or feelings or ways of being, right? Or even literally tangible like objects. It's never easy. So this card is just to say, you know what, there's a bit of healing that needs to be done, but you can do it. And there's no rush. I know it said start on it right away, but what I mean is you can start on it right away, but there's no rush. You take it one step at a time, okay? One step at a time, and you just work on it until you start feeling better, I'm going to say, about these particular things in your life, because this is August. This is when this is going to start for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you in your next one.